Welcome to Manna at the Tap, a podcast of Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to the daily Bible reading as our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today is Thursday, June the 11th, 2026, in the second week of Ordinary Time. The lectionary reading is from the New Testament book of Hebrews. The author is unidentified, and the exact location of the Jewish Christian recipients remains unclear. However, both the author and the community are well versed in the Hebrew scriptures, also known as the Old Testament. The community held the Old Testament leader Moses in the highest esteem among those God had used throughout the history of their ancestors, the people of Israel. Their ancestors were delivered from slavery in Egypt through Moses, and it was also through him that God granted them the most significant spiritual gift, the law. The community was facing persecution, imprisonment, and strong social pressure due to their connection with Jesus. Some members were contemplating abandoning their faith and returning to traditional Jewish practices. The lectionary reading is from Hebrews chapter 3, verses 1 to 6. The author recognizes Moses as a highly honored figure in their history and as a faithful servant of God. The author knows that Christ was as faithful to God as Moses, but highlights that Christ was a far greater glory, likening the differences to that between a house and its builder, or between the created and the creator. The author further explains that Moses served faithfully in God's house, but he was just merely a servant with his work preparing for God's ultimate purpose. On the other hand, Christ is God's loyal son, unmatched in his position, and he governs God's house entirely. Christ embodies the realization of God's plans. The author further emphasized, we as Christians are God's dwelling, his house. He lives within us. So let us hold on to our courage and confidence unwaveringly until the end.